So I didn't get a Penza in the last episode, which I don't know if this comes out before or after. So that
Oh
was
shit!
Penzaville. It wasn't worth it though. Spoiler alert. I wouldn't put
Road Wild was that bad? I didn't let you do a Pensa
I didn't want
announcement
to
for
do a
the opening
Penza.
match.
I didn't want to do a Penza for it.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
I'm gonna have to Penza at the moon now.
History was made quite a few times, but this
I'm gonna
isn't
say.
a pay-per-view review. You can
No,
check that
no.
out another time. This is Top of the Gimmicks on Rob Campbell.
I am your bastard, Craig Chandler.
Can I interest you in a cola, Willie?
To be honest, I want some chocolate.
I've
I mean,
got,
I can
think
offer you Pringles. Oh, product placement. Sorry.
I can offer you some gummy Kama Sutras.
How about some dairy milk? It's now
No.
Dame Bar, isn't it? Dame rather than Dime. Don't know why it's had to change to a Dame.
Like, I'll tell you why. Because Americans were using it as currency.
Oh my god! Can I use 2 of these chocolates for this groceries?
Can I use this 2 chocolates to buy that 1 chocolate?
Excuse me, Mr. Shopman. I would like to buy a TV, please. Can I give you 5 chocolate bars? Well, ma'am.
Well, ma'am, go fuck yourself. This is Best Buy.
Go fuck yourself. Well, I didn't mean to talk
the remainder of Dairy Milk Crunchy.
Oh, see, Dairy Milk, I was close with it.
Thanks to Leah at work. Cheers to this, Leah. Thanks.
Thanks, Leah. We appreciate it. Shout out to Leah and all the babies.
Craig, do you think? Did everybody announce themselves?
Yeah, we've just done that.
Oh, not that thing. My bad. Yeah, and then we said Dairy Milk chocolate. So, ladies and germs, top of the gimmicks.
It's got a green screen.
We've got a screen because, we're professionals and all that bollocks. We are doing, ladies and gentlemen, top 5. And before we get into this week's edition, one Daniel Cornfield last week happened to
not be here.
Well, he wasn't here. And instead of telling you what happened, we went, no. If you want to find out, you find him. Yeah. You knock on his front door. You ask his mom's permission to speak to him. You apologise for interrupting their dinner. And then you ask him. And if you haven't done that, fuck you.
It was on sausages.
Sausages. So anyway, Daniel Cornfield here, you stuck in a beard. We need your top 5 entrances, sir.
It's Nature's Mask, by the way, the beard. So, in no particular order except the order I'm going to give it, because it's a top 5. So, number 5. So, the reason I went with these, because I remember watching these mainly as a kid, and these blew my fucking mind. So, number 5 is ECW Sandman.
Yes.
Because, fuck me, that crowd were alive when Enter Sandman hit. And fuck you, people who watch fucking Stranger Things. Oh, he's playing Master and Puppets. Well done. He's playing Master and Puppets. A song. Get fucked. But that crowd was alive. He was fucking going around. He's having a beer. He's having a fag. Oh, yeah, shit, I'll go wrestle. Best part of the Sandman as a character was his entrance.
Basically, you.
I'll be honest.
Basically, yeah. It's where a lot of my life decisions come from.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Manchester at the moment. Chelsea and Man City are playing. Chelsea are losing. Let's not dwell on that. Grealish and Aspilicueta are fucking squaring off. It is kicking off. There's going to be a... No. Never mind. They're footballers. They don't fight. Continue, Don. Sorry about that.
Okay. Number 4, WWE, Rey Mysterio, when he used to jump out the stage to Booyaka Booyaka.
Who's that jumping out the sky? Rey Mysterio. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yes. Also, a little shout out as well to the band PO, who did the entrance music at the time. Hey, do you feel old yet that you can remember when I'm Alive came out?
Yes, I can. It was beautiful. I'm not sad about it.
I was happy with that. Number 3 is a group. I've got a group for this one. Yeah.
That was background noise from a young going.
Love the
I was offside. Fuck off.
This decision
Sorry, Don.
is
That's
I would say this is not an offside decision. I went with the Brood.
Yeah.
OG Brood.
They were in mine.
I'm going to be honest. Mine was slightly tainted because I heard the music again fairly recently, which I think we'll bring up in Shooting the Breeze. But just the fucking imagery was amazing. Also, Judgment Day. Take notes.
Yeah.
Number 2. And all you hear is glass shatter. You think, is it a burglar? No, it's Steve Austin. Austin's intro, to me, is one of the most iconic intros in wrestling ever. But it isn't number 1.
That was mine and Rob's number 5. That was.
Wow. Because number 1 for me, and I can't give a particular one for this. I think this is generally the best intro in wrestling's history. Gotta be the Dead Man. Taker. There's not many entrances where it genuinely changes a mood and you can hear an arena just go dead silent. Obviously, this is non-American Badass because Limp Bizkit does not do that to people as much as they wish it would, unfortunately. But yeah, that was my top 5 entrances.
Well, your number 1 hits the same as both mine and Roberto's.
Yeah.
Because about that.
Oh, I didn't get that. You broke
that
up.
That was a lot of technical difficulty. No,
that
even I broke up on myself.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
So that's how bad that shit was. But yeah, he was also our number 1. Fuck, it's The Undertaker. So, you can't disagree with that. And if you do, please hit us up on all the gimmicks and shit. Like,
we got 2 words for you.
Suck balls.
Fuck off. Honorable mention for me was the Bugsy Malone cast.
Yes, John Cena.
So, yeah. Actually, I'll be honest. John Cena's entrance to me genuinely did make it honourable.
Yeah,
I do like
it, should,
especially the Royal Rumble when he returned.
Yeah,
because that had story to it. Triple H also was honourable for me as well.
Triple H got a big part of our mine and Rob's top 5 to the point that the editor sent me a list of all the WrestleMania intros for Triple H as well. We went through those. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That happened because that's how big they were. I will say I did miss you for that episode with the Sandman because Rob couldn't give a fuck. He had an ECW guy.
Hold on a minute.
Rob don't care about the Sandman entrance.
It was good at One Night Stand.
The fuck One Night Stand.
Again, going back. Nah. The other one I had for honorable mention, ECW again, Van Damme, when he's come out to walk.
Rob's pretending he knows Metallica.
In the night.
Oh, to never.
Hey, you got to have a grain of sand first.
Needs more isn't it? Your James Hetfield.
Sing danger round my neck. Sting danger is respect.
Just to say as well, one more honourable mention, Van Damme's walk by Pantera in ECW was fucking awesome when he's come out to Pantera.
Oh, Kenny Pantera.
Kenny Panther. Kenny Panther Man here.
The Panther Man. So, ladies and gentlemen, why are we here today? We are here today for a top 5 big men. I'm jumping straight in on this. Fuck it. Top 5 big men. So, we have made the rule over £300 or anything over Batista, basically, because Batista's massive. Clearly weighs over 300, but he's not a big man as far as I'm concerned. Straight away,
big man.
I will say, we all know the greatest super heavyweight of all time is Crash Holly. However, some people within wrestling question the authenticity of Crash Holly's weight. So, for that reason, I have disqualified Crash Holly from being part of the top 5 big men.
Well, that's my list. Fuck, bye.
I know we all wanted him on there, but Daniel, it was good to see you. I know we all wanted Crash on there, but unfortunately, we will have to disqualify Crash.
He had weights and everything to prove the validity.
Exactly, but for some reason, people just they just don't buy into it. It's disappointing.
Lies.
But we're going to kick this straight off. We're going to go at number 5, and we're going to start with Don, just in case he gets lost in another beard and we lose him.
What'd be amazing
Don, what's
if
your
I
number
had
5?
a beard? What'd be amazing if I had a beard, peeled it off, and there was another beard underneath it.
I like the idea that you hide behind a beard in a beard.
That's how I keep myself going.
But
5 was difficult for me, and I'm still at this moment. I can't pick between the two. But I think if I'm gonna hand on heart pick one, I've got to go with the Big Quiche, Rikishi Fatu.
Kishi.
For me, he was probably one of the most agile men of his size, and he had actually had a really good connection with the crowd. Also, he would do things for people, relations or otherwise, which I can appreciate that. But no, I like Rikishi.
Yep.
Also, he had a dead good super kick for a man of his size. Very reminiscent of a Yokozuna sort of fella.
Kishi definitely hits my honourables as well. Dead good.
Also,
Kish.
for me, I've always got this image of him and Tuchel in the 2000 Royal Rumble doing the dance spot. So, nostalgia sort of tweaked me a bit to that one.
For some people, that was a point of career.
I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry, Rob.
I was like, I forgot that those two guys know each other, don't they?
Let's rewind slightly. Rob, do you know someone that was part of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I happened to interview him once in Wales because the ring didn't fit in the venue. That was hilarious.
That's brilliant.
So brilliant. I ended up interviewing him in front of about fucking 50 people. It was dead good.
In
a Hotline Bling t-shirt.
Damn right you did.
Gimmicks over. I'm gonna say, didn't you at one point as well have some sort of interaction with Rikishi on Twitter? I remember you telling me.
Oh, he still follows me, by the way.
There we go. So
that's
Rikishi,
accurate information. We're here to provide facts and stories on this show, ladies and gentlemen.
Except we can't
Rikishi is the man. Yeah,
there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You want facts on how much we are technical difficulty like a motherfucker tonight, but you want realism of how much we are over. That man right there, or there, depending where he's moved, because I keep
I'm there. I'm there.
That man right there, he's over. Rikishi follows him.
Yeah.
Says it all.
I love it.
Robbie's oozy. Let's face it.
I am a bit oozy, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm going to say you do strike me as a bit oozy.
I am.
Always said that about you.
Go on, Rob. What's your number 5?
Oh, Bam Bam Bigelow, you're a sexy, bold-tatted man. You do all sorts of fancy moves. You did one mixed tag match at Mania, but really you're King of the Ring main event in '93 was the one. Yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow, man. He's dead good. Dead good.
That's my number 4.
That's my number 4.
Nice.
Twinsies!
Sorry.
You know how I know you two are gay?
We have 4 extensions.
Nice. Yeah.
Anyway.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Good choice, man.
Bam Bam is amazing.
Very underrated in this time, if you ask me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we better.
But watching him as a kid, because I'm old as fuck and I was around to watch him properly. This man, I both was scared of him and I loved him. He was fucking amazing. And for anyone that was lucky enough to watch him through ECW as well.
Monster.
Mate, he was a full-on fucking killer.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking killer. This is a big man that could move.
He could
wrestle.
Where he chucked Spike Dudley into about the
crowd.
5th or 6th row was unbelievable, Jeff.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Also, little known fact, he actually did win the ECW World title at one point. So he technically is a Triple Crown winner of ECW.
Oh, okay.
He held the title very briefly. very
Nice.
briefly, but not a lot of people
Overnight.
speak about. It was basically like a week. I think he held it for a week between two tapings.
Sandman went, can you look after this overnight? I'm away.
Seeing the tattoos on your head, you look reliable. Can you do me a favour?
You look like a guy that could protect my shit.
So,
and he would.
grade
And he
your
would.
number 5.
So my number 5, I feel like I've not done him justice, but when I go to the rest of my people, I'm okay with it. My number 5 is the original Giant. My number 5 is Andre.
Ooh.
Now, I know he should be higher. I appreciate that, people. I get it. But, you know, as much as he is the original Giant, and for me, as far as I'm concerned, as a child, that is the first Giant I ever saw. That is the first big man I ever saw. Yes, he wasn't much of a wrestler, but if you go back and watch his non-WWE stuff, he could still move, and he was okay. He wasn't great, but he was like amazing. 15 years undefeated.
Yeah.
Fucking legend.
I mean, the amount he could drink at a bar was inconceivable, if you ask me.
That's my next one.
And that's the reason I had to put him at number 1 on my list, you know.
Wow.
Okay.
Swear to God.
Okay.
And
the first inductee into a Hall of Fame as well.
There we go.
The reason it was invented.
There are reasons. And Andre, he's a reason.
He is. He is the original big man. He is the reason. To be honest, there's a legacy in wrestling because of this guy.
Yeah.
There's a Hall of Fame because of this guy. Mate, it's Andre the Giant.
I'm gonna say,
ladies and germs.
You've got to do well here, Craig. You've got to do well for these next 4 for me now, mate.
Well, you know what 4 is.
The heat is on. Yeah,
well, 4's
Bam
on.
Was number 4. Yeah, number 5 on my list. It's growing. This. I like this.
So, Rob, what's your 4?
Oh, my number 4 is your T-shirt, Donovan. Your T-shirt.
You spotted it.
I did. I'm guessing you wore it for a reason.
He's my number 2, although I never thought he was number 2.
Oh, I'm just putting my legs up, just enjoying myself, getting comfortable. I'm having a great time.
Okay.
Doing time. Still having a minute.
And you should.
I think Vader is incredible. A little bit like Bam Bam. He has a bit more agility as well as the beefiness.
Yep.
He can do a fucking top rope moonsault with no effort at all. And he had, obviously, highlights of his career, matches against people like Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam 96. And of course, Kane when he called himself a big fat piece of shit. But all jokes aside, now this motherfucker, he could go. Leon was a legend. So Vader is number 4.
I'm gonna say former IWGP World Champion, beat the great Antonio Inoki for that title, who'd been undefeated for 4 years to that point, and he beat me 3 minutes.
No, I'm with Don on this. We're done on this. He's my number 2.
Wow. This is actually quite scary.
Me and Don are twinsing like a motherfucker. You lot think we're in a different room. Realistically, if I go like this, I could touch his dick. Like, that's happening. Hey!
It's happening more and more.
We're like cards at the moment.
Well.
We're like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think
I'm okay with
spent a bit of time together now. So,
to be fair, I had Naked Gnome Don. So, Naked Gnome Don gave me a buzz and it rubbed off on me, literally, like, and everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, it happens. But Vader is my number 2 as well. This guy, like, step away from his WWE because let's face it, it wasn't Vader. Yeah, anyone who knows Vader as Vader, no. His WWE run wasn't much. Like, look at his WCW, look at his New Japan, look at all that stuff outside of it. Vader was a fucking monster. The man's eye came out, for fuck's sake, and he just went, put it back. Absolute beast. And what a moonsault for a big fucker.
But unlike her, the pussy also, fucking hostile, jumping in front of the train, like, fucking hell, silly.
Also, I'm just going to say this as well. He was Ian Stupley's dad in Ian Stupley's character's dad in Boy Meets World several times. They must have
You
loved a
have
bit
to
of Leon White.
you have to have a boost just for being in Boy Meets World.
Oh, Doyle rules.
Oh, Doyle.
Look over that fence. Well, I'm gonna jump in on number
Fuck
3.
you, Wilson.
I
Says,
loved a bit of Wilson.
yeah,
I'm going to jump
fucking-
in on number 3.
I'm gonna
I'm not
flip.
sure he's going to come into your thing, but I'm going to go for another giant, and that's the Great Khali.
Oh,
No, I'm joking.
okay.
I'm joking. No. For me,
Thank fuck for that.
Big Show is my number 3.
Okay.
You know what? I didn't have him on my list at all, and then I rearranged because I'll be honest, Big Show is good at what he does for who he is. This guy is agile. He can wrestle. He can fucking move. He's athletic. Granted, the man has flipped baby to heel more times than a hooker's been turned over. Like, but fuck me. Like, you've got to give it to him. As far as big men go,
Yeah.
Fair play to the giant. He's a legit giant that could wrestle and he's strong as fuck. This man is scary strong. The way he can manipulate a man in the ring and put him wherever he wants, amazing. I love the show. I love him. So show's my number 3.
Honorable mention for me. He was my honorable mention.
Me too.
So no shitting on Paul White though. He is fucking awesome. I would love to see him hit that moonsault though, because apparently he could hit a moonsault from the top.
Yeah, but you're never going to say that now, are you?
I don't
Well,
know.
not now.
Still got
Not
one
in
run left
AEW.
as Captain Insano. I fucking promise you, if he's ever going to do it, I don't know why I've got a feeling if he ever does it, he'll do it there.
If anyone's gonna say to him, "Oh, you should do it," it's that fucking cokehead Tony Khan in it. You know, like, let's face it. He's gonna go.
Oh, Tony's a cokehead.
He's gonna take a fucking line and fucking go on, Paul.
Go on, Paul.
Go on then. Who wants to step into number 3?
I'll step into number 3. It's the Christmas creature himself,
Okay.
Isaac Yankem DDS. Fake Diesel. You might have heard of him though. It's gonna be Kane. Kane to me is number 3. Kane is.
Do you want to know who my number 3 is? It's also Kane.
Good choice. Twinsies.
Twinsies.
Yeah. Do you want to know how I know you're gay? Because this is retribution calling me and Craig gay.
We're all gay together.
Way down here.
I love that you just did a Mickey Mouse voice. They're good.
Yeah.
Oh boy, can Kate suck me off? I'll climb on his shoulders and let him suck my dick.
Have you ever had sex as Mickey Mouse?
No, but I think I might.
I have actually wanted to climb. I go, oh.
I once started fucking Minnie and Pluto licked my balls. Does that count? I don't know.
What a funeral!
Hey, Donald!
Disney are fuming.
Get 10% us getting cancelled by Disney with the code Hot Tag 10.
Oh, mate, that'd be the greatest promotion ever.
Oh, I'd love it.
We just start a new one next week.
Call it Bisbee.
No, we'll call it Tag Hot Review. It's fine.
Or I know. We'll just switch the initial rounds and call
We've got it. Yeah, reversing. What is it? Forgot how it goes now.
If we change the initials round, we can call it. Reversing's good.
Reversing the horse.
That's the one. Reversing the horse. That makes the most sense for a wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
I actually originally, when I got involved, I wanted to change the name to You Could Lead a Horse to Water, but the law prohibits you to fuck its arsehole. But apparently, Martin.
I heard.
Yeah, Martin didn't want it, so I showed him that horse.
Yeah, the thing is, right, I asked him to do a top 5 once, and he just fell down a fucking sinkhole and never returned. I still, to this day, still don't know for definite if Chris Canyon was in his top 5 or not. And I mean,
it was always fabled.
If he was, he was.
You know what?
So,
I feel like he fell down that sinkhole in my living room.
I think you
Weird,
might be right.
weird, weird. It's strange though because you're saying about top five. I asked him if he could shoot the breeze with us, and he was like, "Yeah, definitely." And he took a gun out in the fucking tornado and shot the fucker. I was like, "What are you doing, Mart?" That fucking bullet come fucking right round,
so.
swatting him in the face.
He thought he was Matt Hardy, body slamming tornadoes with a Glock.
It's all right. I
I
buried
can
him in the garden.
stop a tornado.
If anyone would like to visit Martin, he's in Jeffcock Road. He's just at the back of the chippy.
Yeah.
There's a
It's where,
gravestone now.
it's where we did the original unboxing shit because we wanted to exhume to make sure he was there. So
That's the next episode of unboxing
yeah.
shit. Spoiler alert. It's Martin.
We took some advice off Logan Paul for an unboxing shit episode. Great
Also, if we're going to get back to the show,
yes.
Kane's on my honor, and the reason
Wow.
Kane's on my honorables is because, and this is I did this on purpose. I've got a
Piss me
list, so
off.
bear with me. You know what I'm like. Taker, Kane, Kevin Nash, Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid, because they're good. Mark Henry and Big E all get a fucking special mention because I feel as they are big men. I playing to big men of lists because these are guys that I don't even know how to put this. Like they're not like on the round section, but they are big like a motherfucker. Obviously.
Some of them buckle like a bitch, though.
Yeah, Sid does. Sid does. He does buckle like a bitch. But let's face it, when you think of power bombs, Sid's got to be in your power bomb list.
2 WrestleMania main events, brother.
That's it. They get a different list for me, and that's purely because I'm a fucking cunt and I can't separate my life most of the time.
Also,
People mess with my head.
When did this become Testing Rayman? I thought the bastard only really came out then.
No. The bastard struggles with top fives a lot because he comes up with a list and then he goes, "Oh, but this list has a sub list," and then I have to go for a wank in a kitchen over a fucking hot stove just to fucking sort myself out. Yeah, just one of them things. One of them things.
So,
right, well, my number 2 was Vader, so let's keep going.
Yeah.
I think, is it just me that needs to give a number 2? What was your number 2, Don?
My number 2 was Vader.
Vader, yeah.
So it's literally just
we
me
were
then, and
twinsing.
then you give your number 1s. So my number 2 is Bruiser Bodie.
Oh, good one. Good one.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, I wasn't young enough, like Craig, to see him wrestle live or anything like that. But you know, his history speaks for himself. He's got a legacy. Like, Craig's fucking loving that rib. He is loving that rib.
Right.
Yeah, he was just great, wasn't he? Like, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
I haven't seen as much as I'd like to, I think, but I think his reputation carries himself to this level. And he had obviously some wild matches against Abdullah the Butcher of all people. And you expect it with Terry Funk, but when you hear like Abdullah the Butcher and Bruiser Bodie, you go, what's the special on today then? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ribs.
Literally, ribs.
I can't even argue with that number 2. It's fucking quality. Like, Brody is my in between again because I'm like that. Like Brody's my in between that list I just gave and these top 5. Brody's that link between the two. Brody was fucking amazing, and like you said, there isn't enough out there for us to watch.
There isn't.
I don't feel there is.
I'm just going to put this out there as well. I've purposely left the Undertaker off this list.
Yeah. Oh,
pretty much because of entrances for one, and two, you know, I think everybody. I don't know. You know, you might tell me number 1 someone different, and if it's not, and if it is the Undertaker, then that's absolutely fine because he deserves it. But I wanted to go a bit out there today, rather than like because the Undertaker should be on a list like this.
Yeah.
I felt that's why Kane deserves a shout out more than the Undertaker too. Do you know what I mean? Big Show deserves to be on the list. Mark Henry in his later years, the Order of Pain, he probably deserves.
You mean the salmon pink suit?
Literally, your list of honourable mentions that you give earlier, including Big E, he's a former WWE champion now.
Yeah.
That's a really strong honourable mention. But yeah, that's my top 5, I suppose. Andre the Giant's number 1, just based on legacy, undefeated streak, Hall of Fame, as you mentioned. I can't do much more than that. Like that's how it is.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop my number 1 because I normally let somebody else do, but I'm going to go first. So fuck you, Don. So
Jim Bean's
mine,
I love it.
not yet, although half a bottle, like. My number 1 is Yokozuna.
Rodney!
You know what? You know what? Like, anyone come at me with this one. Yokozuna is a big man that could do everything. And this guy, like, he was a fucking monster. Over 500 pounds, over 600 pounds for his biggest, if you believe the billing, obviously. But like this guy was quick as fuck, and not just for a big man. He was quick as fuck. He could move. He was agile. He could wrestle. He had a presence. He had a character. He was amazing. He was the only Japanese Samoan man that I would ever fucking feared. But at the same time, I wanted to see what he was about to do next.
He had a fear of spiders.
He didn't turn up at Bescott Stadium, apparently, because of that reason. Just throwing that out there. He was supposed to be at Bescott Stadium, brought a ticket and everything. This cunt did. They had to do a sweep of the fucking whole stadium.
Yeah.
Wow. Because his arachnophobia was that fucking insane. Sweep the stadium? Are you fucking... But anyway, Yokozuna, for me, is fucking godlike. Love the man. So Rodney is my number 1.
2 WrestleMania main events, 4 WrestleMania appearances in total. What a guy.
What a guy. Donovan?
Coming in with honourable mentions, the list you gave, awesome list. I'd like to throw a couple extra into that. The late, great Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper for the WWE fans out there. Gone far too soon. I also want to throw in Takeshi Morishima.
Okay.
Of Japanese and Ring of Honor former world champion fame. If you ever want to watch a hard hitting man, fuck me, watch Morishima.
Oh,
he was fun. He's fun. My number 1 is pretty obvious, to be honest. It's got to be Taker.
Baby Shark. Oh no.
Yeah, I did want to put Mick Foley on this list as well, but to me, I never saw him as a big man.
Yeah.
Although he would have fit the parameters.
Yeah.
But the second that Crash Holly was taken off, I was like, no, I can't put Mick on.
Yeah.
Fair.
Sorry.
Fair.
Can't do it.
Fair comment.
Taker's one of them wrestlers who, especially for guys of our age, until very recently, was always there. Like, he was always a presence. If Taker was somewhere, you knew.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that they're protecting more and more as he got older, to a certain point where it was like, he turned up and, that was a marquee match straight away, especially at a Mania. He turned up, people like, right, who's he facing? Because this is, and I mean, he's wrestled the best. He did just about everything you could have done in the case of WWF/E. And yeah, I don't think there was ever a better big man, in my personal opinion. So, Mark Calloway gets my number 1.
I can't argue with it. Shout out to, let's use his gimmick, to Wesker. He put the thing out on Twitter about the greatest big man and stuff, and someone had said Taker. We all know Wesker's
he's a Vader boy.
He's a Vader boy, full and through and through. But yeah. As we know, he listens. Like, shout out to Big Wesker. My only other mentions on this that we haven't talked about is Umaga.
Yeah, of course.
Or the manga, as Mr. Regal used to say. Mr. Tenta. I'm surprised he didn't get a mention for you. I'm quite surprised about that. I expected Baby Shark Tenta to turn up. that
I'm a piece of shit.
yeah, you are.
I am a
But
piece of shit.
let's keep moving
So
because we
many
don't
big
want to
men.
upset Don so much. King Kong Bundy. Now, he was a pile of wank, but at the same time, he was a
Presents.
big bastard that had a presence. And three ain't enough. We need five. So my other couple, Kamala, character-wise, Kamala was amazing. He brought something so unique and so different to the big men realm. Big Vis. Now, granted, he did hurt a lot of people because he was a shit worker, but spinning heel kick. Come
I'm
on,
gonna say
top five. Top
we're not
five.
done that as a top 5 yet.
I'm going to throw out Braun Strowman as a shout out rather than an honourable mention.
Yeah.
Crown Jewel for anyone that hasn't watched it. Strowman had a decent match with Omos. Don't know how that happened. And finally, my last honourable mention goes out to Gorilla Monsoon.
Mm.
And people forget that he was a big, big man.
Yeah.
It
Like,
wasn't
he
called
was
Gorilla
called
because of the
Gorilla for a
beard,
reason.
and it wasn't because of his beard.
Exactly. That was a big human being. And he got over like a motherfucker. So Gorilla Monsoon is my final honourable mention on that.
So,
You ready for a few of me?
Do
go
it.
on.
This is crazy, and me doing honourable mentions.
Oh no, yeah. What's going on here?
What is going on here?
Special
But
What
occasion.
is going on?
it is. I like the Kamala one for sure, but Giant Haystacks straight out the bat.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Big Daddy
Rock.
to follow that up because the pair of them ruled the British wrestling scene for many, many years. How about Bubba Ray Dudley?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say
Ooh.
at one point he was about 360 in ECW.
He was, yeah.
And in fairness, fair play to him because he trimmed the fuck up.
Mm.
Yeah.
How about One Man Gang?
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay.
I was always more of an Hakeem man.
As you mentioned King Kong Bundy.
Yeah.
What do you think to Big John Studd?
See, I nearly dropped him on my honourables, but I don't know, man. It's like fucking Hillbilly Jim as well was another one that I was torn. Him and Big John Studd. I was proper torn with them, but Big John Studd for some reason for me just pissed me off a lot. I think it was mainly because I found out that he wanted to stretch his legs to be bigger than Andre. But
I thought he was going to say because of the reason he's still giving his Hall of Fame speech.
What is that? Kevin Nash was mentioned, wasn't he? I think.
Yes, Kevin Nash.
He was on my honourable.
I think the last two for me, realistically, I want to mention one before the other, if that makes sense.
Do it.
Go on.
Do it.
I don't want to mention the one that I really want to mention before I mention the other one, but I forgot who it is now. Stan Hansen.
Stan Hansen. Okay.
Big Stan Hansen.
Love me a bit of Stan.
And the last one that I want to shout out to is the Big Boss Man.
Nice.
Mr.
Trey himself. What a legend.
Say, if I'm going to throw a couple extra honourable mentions out there, Big Cat Ernie Ladd.
Yep.
Yeah. He's a pioneer in his own right as being a big black man back when it wasn't okay to be big or black.
Big black man.
I'm a big black man.
Giant Baba from All Japan fame.
Mm-hmm.
Throw him out there as well. I'm trying to go a bit more. Mick Foley's been mentioned as a bigger man. Yep. Also, I'm going to throw one out there just because for Bant, really. Big T.
Oh.
Which I believe a smaller version of is sitting on top of Michael right now. Believe it or not.
And on that bombshell.
I say we can't put fucking Tony in. Tony was not a big lad.
That's been top of the gimmicks.
And there we go.
I'm Rob Campbell.
And before I tell you who I am, we have spun the wheel for the next shot. And spoiler alert, we already know Don's. We are doing top 5 commentators.
Oh, you might be surprised then. I might throw a surprise. I can't wait.
And I have been your bastard, Craig Challoner.
Did they just archer me?
Yep. Just like that.
Daniel Cornfield. In one.